So why I pronounced this tav here is one of those circumstances of is the shavav pronounced when it's by itself? Is it not? Is it pronounced? It's one of those ask somebody. In this case, it is pronounced. I can't tell you why. It's biblical grammar. I could not tell you why because it's coming from Psalms. But this does appear in the Torah service. It should sound familiar. Malchutecha malchut kol olamim umemshaltecha bechol dor vador. Hopefully that sounds familiar. All right, line F, we're looking at the blessing before the Torah reading. So we've already did Baruch Hu Adonai Baruch, congregation, Baruch, and then you again, Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam Va'ed, and then you continue, Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech Ha'olam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu Et Torato Baruch Ata Adonai Notain HaTorah. So if we chant it, Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech Ha'olam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu Et Torato Baruch Ata Adonai Notain HaTorah. So then we have blessings that a blessing that comes before the Haftorah reading, and 4 blessings that come after the Haftorah reading. This is the first blessing that comes after the Haftorah reading. The Haftorah reading comes from the Book of Prophets. It's usually associated to whatever parsha, whatever section of Torah we're reading that day. So line G, Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech Ha'olam Tzur Kol Ha'olamim Tzadik Bechol Hadorot Ha'el Ha'ne'eman. A few words are missing because we don't know the letters yet. Hamdaber Umkayem Shekol Divarav Emet Vatsedek. And you could argue that this hey and this vav are both prefixes. So you could pronounce it Hamidaber Umikayem, but it just sounds a little clunkier than Hamdaber Umkayem. So it's a choice, really up to you. The end of Alinu, which we sang it last night in class. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. So again, here's a prefix. You could argue it's and his name, u'shemo. So if this vav weren't here, it would literally just be shemo is the main word. So I would go ahead and pronounce this shva, u'shemo. So if you want to sing it, V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. And then we'll let the Ushmo Club do the high one. Next page, a little bit more from prayer book, from Tefillah. This is the blessing over Shabbat candles. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech Ha'olam Asher Kidshanu B'mitzvotav Vitzivanu Lehadlik Ner Shel Shabbat. Notice this is one of those rules where we were in chapter 7 where the vav is pronounced even though it has a dot up top. B'mitzvotav, because this vav is part of the root of mitzvah. And then Vitzivanu. We know this is an U. We know it's not U because we have this A vowel sound underneath. Vitzivanu. Blessing over bread, it's hamotzi. You should all know it. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. And then from Lecha Dodi on Friday night, Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nikabla. Line D. This is coming from Michamocha, but it actually appears in Torah. It comes from Shirat Hayam, which is Song of the Sea. We read it in Parshat Beshalach and on Passover. It's when Moses and the Israelites are going through and we're saying, oh, who is like God? There's nobody who is like you, who's holier than you. So line D, Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh. Line E, this is the line we say silently after Shema. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Line F, this comes on Saturday morning, right before Shema. It's the page right before Shema. So, V'ha'er einenu b'toratecha v'dabek libenu b'mitzvotecha v'yached levavenu le'ahava u'yir'ah et shemecha. So if you're familiar with V'ha'er einenu b'toratecha v'dabek libenu b'mitzvotecha v'yached levavenu le'ahava u'yir'ah et shemecha. That's where it's coming from. On to back to the Amidah, line G. Mechalkel chayim bechesed mechaye hakol berachamim rabim. This is coming from a Reform Siddur. V'ne'eman ata lehachayot hakol baruch ata Adonai mechaye hakol. So Gevurot it means strength. And so in this paragraph, in the second blessing of the Amidah, we're talking about God's strength. And so this paragraph is, God is so strong, God can bring back the dead to life. And so instead of saying Mechaye Hametim, bringing back mate is dead, bringing back the dead to life, they're saying bringing all to life. I don't know why the Reform movement does that. But that is where Hakol is coming from. It is from probably Mishkan Tefillah or any other Reform Siddur you might be familiar with or have seen in your travels. Line H, this is coming from Kedusha. It also comes from Psalms. Yimloch Adonai le'olam Elohayich Sion lidor vador hallelujah. Again, our Lamed is, we have two Lameds here and we have one Sheva. We want to hear both of these Lameds. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. So in Musaf or in Shacharit, Yimloch Adonai le'olam Elohayich Sion lidor vador hallelujah is where it's coming from. Line I, this is at the bottom of the first page in the Torah service. Ki Mitzion Teitzei Torah Udvar Adonai Mirushalayim. So if you're familiar, Ki Mitzion Teitzei Torah, Ki Mitzion Teitzei Torah Udvar Adonai Mirushalayim again, we have this prefix of u and then divar. So I would separate it u divar. The next line that follows it is Baruch Shenatan Torah Le'amo Yisrael Bikdushato. Bikdushato. Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah. Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah Le'amo Yisrael Bikdushato. And that's the end of the chapter. So I will see you in chapter 9. We have a couple weeks off, so please do your best to review, and I'll put up a few more videos to go back over chapter 7 and chapter 8 and to review a few more look-alike letters and some more difficult vowel sounds. We'll build our way up into something more difficult, but it's just a warning. When you get more letters and you have more vowel sounds, you're just going to get a little bit more difficult material. But I'm excited for you, and you're doing great. Keep up the good work.